Hi everyone, welcome to or back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Sammy and I like to yap about books. And today I thought I would go through a little book haul that I've got. I've either been given these books or I've bought them myself. It's just this little pile here. So I thought we'd yap about them. So the first one I'm going to talk about is called The Unravelling of Mary Reddish, and that is by Davey Whitfield. This was given to me by my friend from work to borrow, and I think I'm nearly 100 pages through. Yeah, 94 pages through so far. So this is about Mary Reddish, who is a young housemaid, and on the back it says that she is committed to an asylum after not reacting very well to her employer's advances, shall we say. Now, we have another female character that we get a POV from in this as well, called Anne, and she is actually the matron of the asylum. So I'm not too far into this. Mary hasn't actually been committed yet. I think that's going to be the next chapter, if I'm kind of sensing things correctly. But I'm enjoying it so far. It's really good. It's quite slow. I thought she'd be in the asylum by now. But it's quite a big book. And this is based on real events. So at the beginning of this book, it says, "This is a work of fiction. However, nearly all of the characters within it were real people, and most of the incidents described in the asylum are based on actual events there. The treatments given to Mary are recorded as in the asylum's casebook for 1824 to 1829. So I'm kind of a bit apprehensive. I mean, the asylum is open so far, and some of the treatment is quite shocking considering it is for mental health treatment. But like I said, I am quite enjoying it, and I will do a longer review in my February reading wrap up. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes. So yeah. The next book I'm going to talk about, I'm very excited. In my last vlog, I said that I wanted to get a copy of Hungerstone. I absolutely loved the audiobook and I wanted a trophy copy for my shelves, and I had a look about online and found this gorgeous copy from Fox Lane Books. And not only is this a very cool sprayed edge, but it is actually signed by Kat Dunn herself. Oh my goodness. So I'm going through a bit of an orange phase. Don't know if you've been able to tell with my orange chair and my orange Kindle cushion, etc. But I had to have this as soon as I saw it, and I want to read it. I want to see like how different it is to read it, because listening to it was so good. The narrator was absolutely brilliant, really drew me in and captured Lenore's character perfectly, I think. So yeah, I may do like a physical read of it because I absolutely loved it. So yeah, this one had to have it. The next two books I'm going to talk about, I actually bought from Carly from the Pastel Bookshelf on her Vinted page. The first is The Ghosts of Mary Hall by Heather Davey, and I've seen really mixed reviews about this, but I still wanted to read it. So when I saw Carly had it on her Vinted, I bought it. And yeah, so this one it's a dual timeline story. So I'll just read the blurb. In 2025, following the breakup of her marriage, cash-strapped single mother Nell moves into the crumbling Mary Hall with her teenage daughter Fern to house sit for its evasive owner. She is determined to make a new life in the gloomy Victorian mansion, but the noises, moving objects and strange smells in her new home make her increasingly unsettled. In the 1840s, showman Abel Wenham seduces Dolly, a talented albino girl, and makes her the star of his performing collection of freaks. But after she becomes pregnant with his child, he discards her and imprisons her at Merry Hall, where her only solace is the company of fellow performers Ida the Bear Lady, Jack the Posturer. They plan to escape with Dolly and her child and set up a business, but Wenham has other ideas. Is Dolly just one of the ghosts that haunt Merry Hall, reaching out across the centuries to right the wrongs of the past? So yeah, I can't wait to read this. As you all know, if you've watched my other vlogs, I love a good ghost story. So I'm looking forward to reading this. It's a bit longer than I thought. It's, yeah, close to 400 pages. Yeah, really looking forward to seeing if I like this one, because like I said, I have seen quite mixed reviews of this all over the place. It's one of those ones where you either love it or hate it. So we'll see. So the other one that I bought from Carly is The Shape of Darkness by Laura Purcell. And this is another ghosty story. I still haven't got round to The Silent Companions yet. I am really trying to get through my TBR. I think I'm reading slower this month, a lot slower this month, and I'm not getting through my audiobooks as fast either, but bear with me. So yeah, this says it's for fans of murder mystery and gothic fiction, so I'm really interested to see. I think this is a bit like a whodunit, but with ghosts. So, and this is quite thick. It's nearly 400 pages again, so we'll see, but I definitely need to get around to reading. I just need to read faster, basically, at this point. So my mum found this one for me in our local charity shop, Belladonna. And, I mean, just look at the cover. Look at that cover. Gorgeous, gorgeous cover. And I've heard really good things about this. I believe it's a trilogy or a duology. I might have to check that. Just here it just says, your name is no curse, little bird. I just like the taste of it. So I'll read you the back of this one. It says, orphaned as a child, Signa Farrow has been raised by a string of guardians, each more interested in her wealth than her well-being, and each has met an untimely end. Her only remaining relatives are the elusive Hawthorns, an eccentric family living at Thorn Grove, an estate both glittering and gloomy. When a restless spirit appears claiming that she was poisoned, Signa realises that Hawthorns could be in grave danger and enlists the help of a surly stable boy to hunt down the killer. But Signa's best chance of uncovering the murderer is an alliance with Death himself. Oh, that sounds so good. I have so many books now on my TBR. I said this previously in my previous vlog. I have so many good books on my TBR now that I just need more time to read. I just need more time to read. But this sounds amazing. I believe there's a bit of romance in this, from what I've heard. But yeah, another great find from a charity shop. So yeah. And another good charity find that I found in my local charity shop is Her White Lie by Jackie Walsh. I just love the cover of this, and it says her dream wedding might become a nightmare. And it says her wedding vows could be her last words. Tara Moore feels like the luckiest girl in the world. She's finally found the man of her dreams, and after a fairy tale wedding, she's leaving Dublin to start a new life in Australia until I'm so sorry, my pronunciation today. Avril Ryan's body is discovered in a house that Tara lived in 3 years ago. Tara doesn't know Avril, so why was she the last person Avril called? What the police don't know is that Tara's past conceals her own dangerous secrets, and as the detectives start digging, old friendships come to light. Tara begins to wonder if her wedding day will become her last. And this says at the bottom, for fans of T.M. Logan and Lisa Jewell. And I have read a couple of Lisa Jewells and I really enjoyed them. This one isn't too thick. It's ouch, just over 300 pages. So yeah, and I got this for 50p. This is why people should support charity shops. You get books for 50p and you're donating to charity. So yeah, absolutely brilliant. Can't complain. The next book that I've got recently is this one. Look at how pretty this cover is. Sisters of Sword and Song. And this is by Rebecca Ross. I've not actually read Rebecca Ross because she did Divine Rivals. I've not read any of her work. I did look into this. This is a one-off. This is a one standalone book. And it is about two sisters who have to fight to save each other. And it's all about magic and politics. And it sounds like a really good fantasy. And it has this absolutely gorgeous map. And you know what I'm like for a fantasy map. Oh, it looks really good. This one's quite long. It is over 400 pages. It is 458 pages. But it sounds really, really good. I haven't read fantasy in quite a long time. So I feel like this might be the one to kind of get me back into more fantasy books. I'm just looking at what else I have. I mean, I've got a couple that kind of could be crossover into fantasy. I think this one is going to be the big fantasy book that hopefully pushes me to read another fantasy book, because I have been reading and sticking to thrillers and horrors at the moment. Like at the moment I'm listening to Witchcraft for Wayward Girls by Grady Hendrix. I've never experienced any of his work either, and I'm enjoying it, but I'm not enjoying it as much as I thought I would. There's nothing wrong with it. I don't know. I feel really disconnected from the characters, and I don't know why that is. So basically in this book we follow a young girl who has gotten pregnant out of wedlock, and I think it's in the 70s, 60s or 70s, I can't remember. And she gets sent to a house where these young girls who are pregnant out of wedlock are sent to have their children. And in this house, you basically have to give your child away, up for adoption, and even if you want to keep the baby, it soon kind of seems that you actually don't get a choice. And when the girls go into the house, they have to take on a new name. They're not allowed to talk about their past. They're not allowed to talk about their baby's fathers. And throughout the book so far, I think I'm about 60% in now. Throughout the book, some girls have kind of accidentally told their backstories. One of them of which is absolutely heart-wrenching. But yeah, I still feel very disconnected from these characters. It's really weird, and I don't know if it's because they've had to take on different names, and that we're not allowed to get to know them as they would be outside this house. But yeah, and it's quite long. I think I've still got about 4 hours to go. And it's not gone where I thought it was going to go. So yeah, I'm going to have to see how I go. I mean, I'm going to finish it, because like I said, it's not a bad story. It's just I'm not fully loving it. So yeah, Little reading update there for you. And the last book that I got given is A Terrible Kindness by Jo Browning Wroe. This one, and this I think is going to be a bit different for me, which might be cool. It says on the back, it is October 1966 and William Lavery is having the night of his life at his first black tie do, but as the evening unfolds, news hits of a landslide at a coal mine and it's buried a school. William decides he must act, so he stands and volunteers to attend. It will be his first job as an embalmer and it will be one he never forgets. His work that night will force him to think about the little boy he was, the losses he worked so hard to forget. But compassion can have surprising consequences because, as William discovers, giving so much to others can sometimes help us heal ourselves. And apparently this is the writer's debut novel, which is quite interesting. I've never heard of this before it was given to me, so that's quite cool. Let's see how it's another quite a big one. Oh, that's additional content. 381 for this one. So yeah, this is going to be different for me. It's not a thriller and it's not fantasy or horror, but it sounds quite good. So yeah, I will get around to reading that hopefully soon as well. There is so much now to read, and I did look on my Kindle the other day when I finished reading Molka, and the unread number on my Kindle is 63. I didn't realise that it crept up so much. So I just need to get reading, and I think what I'm going to try and do actually is try to put in a thing of when I'm at home, I'm constantly on my phone. I'm going to try and put the phone down, grab my book. Don't scroll, don't be playing, because I downloaded a game. Don't even get me started. Yeah, I'm going to try not. No, I want to really limit my screen time on my phone and concentrate on reading, because yeah, there is a lot for me to get through now, and it's not a bad thing, but it is starting to, like when you look at your TBR and you're just like, oh, that's going to take some time for me to get through. So yeah, hopefully I won't buy any more books. And I'm trying not to look at Kindle deals at the moment, because it's always when I get an email through like, this book's 99p, go grab it now, and I'm like, oh, it's 99p. It'll come round again. You have 63 books on your Kindle to read, so I'm going to try not to buy Kindle books, not to buy physical books. Audio books obviously is different. I do, like I said in my previous vlog, want to try and find some of these on audio to try and get through, just to kind of get it down a little bit. So we'll see how that goes. It may be that I have to buy them off Audible and see. But yeah, that was my little book haul, and we'll pop them up on the shelves and yeah, try and get reading. So as I was getting ready to come up to bed, I found 2 more books on a shelf that I'd completely forgotten about, that my mum got me from the charity shop. So these are also TBR. The first one is Freida McFadden, Ward D, and this looks like it's set in a mental health unit, which sounds interesting. Oh, and now she might not make it out alive. Oh my gosh, this sounds really good. So I'm hoping this one's good, because I've read a couple of Freida McFadden's recently and not been like in love with them. But this one does sound really good. And I love the cover. Look at how creepy that looks. And I mean, you really can't go wrong for £1. And then the second one is The Gospel of Loki by Joanne Harris. Now, I don't know if this is a continuation of her, was it Rune Marks? I read that like, oh my gosh, absolutely years ago when I was a teenager. But I love anything Norse mythology, so I look at the cover. Oh my goodness. I think this is part of a series. Like I said, I don't know if it's part of the Rune Marks or Rune Mark series that she did. But yeah, anything Norse mythology I absolutely love, so I can't wait to read this one as well. So I wanted to show you some of my journal, because I did do like a reading wrap-up page. That's not it. So I've just done some layouts. These are really cool. I found these on Etsy and thought these were really cool. But we'll flick to January. Like, how cool is that? I haven't done my favourite book yet, but we all know it's going to be this beauty. And then this month, I thought the stamping's not great, but 2 books so far. And then My Sweet Boy. And then what I've done is I've done all of the months. I've done the same layout, and then just like a little bit of artwork. And the stamp line bit, we'll cover that up. And then where was the page that I really, oh yeah, look, October. And the little cat there. I'll probably add some more colour to this one. And this one for November. I love the style of these little stamps. They're so cute. But yeah, that's the kind of basic setup I've got so far. And then I want to add some other bits as well. Okay, so I'm going to wrap things up for today there. I hope you liked the video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe if you want to hear me yap about books a bit more. I am hoping to do some different kind of vlogs and see what happens there. But yeah, I hope you're all enjoying what you're reading at the moment and that you're having a good reading month. and I will see you in the next one. So take care and thank you so much for watching. Bye.